Hey, Tyria. Welcome back to Points of Interest, and thanks for hanging out with us again this Friday. We've had a super busy week. We got news about the new Central Tyrian Masteries. We are having the first beta weekend event for those of you who pre-purchased Heart of Thorns, and we've been in Gamescom all week. We've had a lot going on. It's been good, though. Speaking of Gamescom, we don't have a PvP 101 this week because he was at Gamescom, but we are going to have Colin stopping by at the end of the show today to talk about this beta weekend event a little bit. For now, though, we are going to talk about one of the Central Tyrian Mastery lines, the Pact Commander line. So I'm with Josh Diaz, who has been working on the Pact Commander Mastery line. He's the game designer. This is kind of his baby, so thanks for coming and hanging out, Josh.
Thank you so much, Ruby, for having me on. It's really awesome to talk about this. We have a lot of really cool ideas that we're excited to put in players' hands, and I'm really looking forward to answering some questions and walking folks through what the Pact Commander line looks like and what that means about Central Tyrian Masteries in general.
Yeah. So Josh and I have been talking about this quite a lot all week long.
Yeah.
Having a really good time, actually. We are going to go through every step in the Mastery line today and give you guys a really good, detailed look at it. I know I dropped a forum post earlier this week and let you guys ask us questions. So a lot of our conversation today is guided by you. Josh and I sat down and went through the forum post and looked at your responses, so a lot of this is guided by you guys. It's guided by us.
You guys showed us where to walk,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of good questions and stuff that we are excited to talk about. So thank you guys so much for giving us that chance to make this really sing.
Yeah, we really appreciated that. It showed us that we were kind of on the right track with what we planned on talking about. And it gave us a lot of things that we hadn't thought of, a lot of questions you guys had that we didn't realize, oh, these are things that we should clarify. So that was really helpful.
Yeah.
So we know you guys are eager to find out about this. So why don't we go ahead and jump in and get started. Cool. You are already in game and ready to take a look. So let's just kind of go through in order.
Sure
let's
thing.
see. First one is Pact Mentor, which, oh my gosh, so many questions about this one.
I bet,
Jeez,
yeah.
Josh. All right, let's see. First, what it is, gives you the mentor icon and chat status, plus 5% swiftness in cities for you and your party.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out. First of all, is it per character or account-wide?
So this mastery, like all of the masteries, are account-wide. Once you've unlocked it on one character, it applies to all of your characters.
Okay.
They're accessible starting at level 80 for Heart of Thorns players. And but the bonuses that you get and earn apply across the board. So in this case, we have the mentoring mode, which I think is really exciting and really cool. And that is gives you a little icon that shows up on the map and that other players can see, similar to kind of how commander tags work. And you also get a special title in most of your world and game chat statuses. Okay. So you can toggle it on. It'll be available through the party mode, and we have this little mentor button here. So we activate that, and now mentor mode enabled. And now you'll see I've got this little purple star around me, and I can use this to call other players over to me, show them where I am, so that we can help coordinate, for instance, moving through jumping puzzles or where the start of an exciting event chain is, so that you can help show players what kind of exciting stuff is around in Tyria. Okay. And the chat status, your chats when you're in mentoring mode will show up with mentor next to your name, kind of helping you call attention to hey, I'm here, I want to show new players what's up.
Okay, so if I have this turned on, and you can turn it off and on, it's not just,
Right.
is, once I earn this thing, I'm stuck in this mode, and I'm going to get spammed with questions. You can turn it off if you don't feel like doing that right now.
Yep.
So if I talk in chat, then it says, like, mentor And this is your character name in map chat.
Yep.
To let you know, hey, I'm available to help.
Yeah, it's entirely opt-in, and it doesn't come with a big batch of complicated mechanics or chains of XP that you're earning. It's not about rewards. It's not about doing more damage or more gameplay mechanics. We have a lot of masteries that do that stuff. But here, we were excited about the opportunity to give players social tools and give them, tools for helping coordinate, communicate. A lot of our players are incredibly friendly, welcoming, awesome folks, and it's something I really appreciate about the Guild Wars 2 community, and I wanted to give them better tools for being able to do that. So this is a start in that direction, where if you've been playing and you've got a bunch of friends who are excited about Heart of Thorns and hop in and want to find out where the cool stuff is, this is one of a set of tools you can use to kind of help guide them along, show them neat stuff, and help both your old friends and new ones that you're making see all the cool stuff you know. There's so many hidden things that are really neat, and being able to help show that, I think, is an important goal. There's a concept that some game designers talk about. It's a Yiddish phrase called naches, and it means it's like a pride in someone else's accomplishments.
And seeing them do well.
Right. So someone that you've taught, I think teachers and parents and folks who do mentoring get that a lot. And I think this is an attempt to give our players a chance to say, to get a little bit of that in-game.
Okay, so to be clear, this was like one big question. I can totally understand how people were confused about this. This is different from a commander tag.
Yeah,
So
this doesn't let you create squads.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work in World v. World. It's a PvE. It's a PvE mode. Mm-hmm. So it's not, it doesn't require a commander book, and it doesn't bypass a commander book. But it's kind of a stepping stone towards what a commander gets to do. Yeah.
It's not going to replace a commander tag. You're not going to confuse this with a commander tag.
Yeah.
It looks different from a commander tag on the map. It's not a thing that you're going to have to pony up gold for.
Right.
So it's not going to. And welcome to the branch that we're working on
currently. Development
environments.
I'll
tell you what, I will go ahead and get started on the next round of questions because we have so many questions about this from you guys. I'll get started on the next round of questions while you are getting back into the game. We have a lot of questions. There was like this big round of very similar questions, and I'll just kind of run through them. Aren't you worried about people using the mentor system to troll new players by giving them wrong information or demanding gold in exchange for help or not helping at all, just using it as for status? Is there a way to deal with abuse of the system? Does the mentor system benefit the new player and the mentor? As much as I like helping people, I like gold and rewards even more. Okay, so here's the thing about the Pact Mentor line. Somebody asked a really good question. What was your motivation for adding this? And Josh addressed that to start with.
Yeah.
Because these are all really valid concerns. People, there are bad eggs out there, but the thing is, we have great people that are already in the game and are already doing this stuff, and they're already helping.
Right.
And just because there are bad eggs, we don't want to stop. We have tools to deal with the bad eggs, like the report system. And if somebody's trolling, then use it.
Right.
We don't want that to stop us from creating things for the good people, too.
Right. I mean, making players will discover all sorts of interesting uses for the systems that we build. And I think it's a balance between giving players the coolest tools that we possibly can. And that includes making sure that our tools for, reporting abusive or harassing behaviors or players griefing are pretty robust. And that doesn't mean that we don't give players really exciting stuff. It does mean, like, if we put a lot of rewards behind this, or you got a portion of the gold or the XP that players are earning, we'd be incentivizing a lot of those behaviors. And I think instead focusing on, this is a tool for people who like doing this sort of thing to make it easier and better for them, helps keep it in the realm of folks who are interested in being welcoming, in finding new players, and in showing off Tyria. And not, we have plenty of other stuff for folks who are interested in getting that fat silver.
And getting gold.
Yeah.
So while Josh and I were working on this show earlier this week, Josh made a good point that I kind of want to talk about in making our community healthier. Because we do have a really good community, making our community healthier is partly about stopping people who are doing things that are detrimental to the community, but it's also about doing things that give tools to people who are doing good things for the community, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, helping reinforce positive behaviors and modeling what really awesome folks are like and showing that off helps encourage people to see that, like, that's actually an important thing to do. And so making sure that our players who do awesome things for the community, people who ask good questions, who show off new stuff, who build awesome tools for the other players, like, where we can, pointing to them and, saying, like, this is awesome stuff, I think is pretty valuable.
Yeah. Josh, we're in a development environment, so we're going to have to pause for just a sec while we let Josh get back in there. Let's see. I think that covered most of our questions. If you guys have any questions about, this is just like just the first line in the Pact Commander Mastery. So if you guys have any questions that we haven't covered about this one line before we move on, go ahead and drop those in there, and we'll let Josh kind of get back in there.
Sure.
So
now things seem to have chilled out.
Yay.
Let's go, Fatima.
Yay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah. So, but the general thing here isn't to reward or to get you guys to earn money or rewards for helping other people. It is to give a good tool to people who are already interested in helping their fellow players.
Yeah.
That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Now, speaking of good tools for helping your fellow players, there's another little bonus that starts with the Pact Mentor ability.
I love this one.
And that's that while you are in the capital cities of Central Tyria, you and your party will get a buff that is called Leader of the Pact. And Leader of the Pact applies a small bit of bonus swiftness while you're in that city. Flat out, no recharge, no cooldown. It just sits there and makes getting around a little bit easier. So you can see it active here.
And it's you and your party, right?
Yes, applies to your whole party. The bonus starts a little slower, 5% bonus, but moves up to 33% by the end of the line. So you are at full swiftness while you're in cities. Yay. So we think that'll make getting around a lot more exciting and help give players chances to show off all the neat stuff that's in cities. We think that'll be pretty exciting.
Now, this was the first question I asked. I hope somebody's asking this in chat. I hope I'm not the only one. My first question was, does this stack with other buffs? And go ahead, give them the answer.
Currently, it does not. It turns out that Tyria also has laws of physics, and that violating those have some pretty severe consequences. But it does mean that you don't have to worry about toggling your symbols on and off or trading for hanging out in the city. Yeah. It's kind of an unnecessary step that we figured we could just take care of for folks.
Yeah. So, there are a couple of good questions there. Will mousing over a mentor on a map show the character name?
Like a commander tag does? I believe it will.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's something we can do pretty easily.
And do you have to have your tag active to get the bonuses, to get the swiftness bonus?
Nope. The swiftness bonus will apply by default when you have as long as you have the mastery trained.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at the next part of the line, which is productive downtime.
Sure thing.
Which, as a huge crafter, I kind of love.
Yeah. So productive downtime enables your character to get bonus crafting XP. So your crafting skill will raise faster for each item that you craft. Crafting is a pretty important part of our game, and we have a lot of really exciting stuff coming out for it. We have a lot of new recipes, a lot of new stuff coming out in Heart of Thorns, and so we think it'll be really useful for players who are interested in that. Plus, it would be really useful if, say, you were interested in the precursor crafting mastery that'll also be coming out. So that'll be pretty handy. So one question that I think is pretty important to address is that when you've learned these abilities, they apply all the way across your characters. You don't need to keep it selected. It is now enabled for that character and all characters on your account.
Cannot emphasize
flat
that
out
enough.
simply. Right? This is an account progression, so this is something that like all your characters will have access to. It should be pretty handy for folks who enjoy creating a lot of alts and enjoy playing a bunch of different classes.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that one's pretty straightforward. All right, how about supply line management?
I'm really excited about this one, Ruby.
You want to tell them what I did when I saw this?
It was an exuberant expression of joy, I believe, and a bunch of questions. So supply line management will grant you access to a special network of merchants across Tyria. The Pact has been tracking down important lore from Tyrian crafters, and these vendors will have access to, amongst a few other things, a bunch of old recipes that are harder to find, a little rarer, sometimes unavailable for folks.
Some of which I don't have, and I've been really mad about it for a long time.
There is now a way for you to get them, so these will be a really exciting thing for players to come and check and see what's available day to day. There are also going to be a handful of new recipes on these vendors, such as a new Melandru backpack.
Yay.
Yeah, similar to the Shadow of Grenth and Avatar of Dwayna, Melandru will be getting a new backpack, and the recipe will be available from these merchants.
So this is a craftable thing. It's not just, hey, buy this backpack. This is a thing
Right.
that you can craft. So there will be 7 vendors throughout Tyria. They need to stay safe, so they're going to move around.
Right.
Once they're there, they'll be visible on the map through different regions. We talked about this. We kind of debated this. We're not going to talk about their inventory because we frankly just don't want to blow up we don't want to blow up the economy right now.
It's some pretty exciting stuff, and we'd like to keep you guessing. So.
Yeah. The recipes are going to be tradable, so there's going to be that. Supply line management also comes with an increase to that permanent swiftness.
Yep. At this point, the swiftness in cities will kick up to 15%.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that should be a nice, comfy bonus for players who are busy running between all the different crafting stations in the bank and et cetera, et cetera.
And this is an always-on thing, so once you get supply line management in this Pact Commander line, the merchants are always available to you.
Correct, and to all of your characters.
Yeah. All right, that one's pretty simple. Next one.
The next one, Noblesse Oblige. I really like this one, too. So in this one is a little bit more combat focused. With Noblesse Oblige, you get a speed up to your revive speeds, and that bonus increases the faster or the lower the level of the player you're resurrecting. So if you're resurrecting other characters who are level 80, it's about a 10% bonus, but it'll increase to up to take 50%. When you're when you're reviving or resurrecting characters who are really low level.
Okay, so
those revives will also take away a stack of downed penalty and your
totally forgot about
armor damage, which I think will help a lot with downtime and getting players to see some of the more challenging combat encounters that Central Tyria has.
All right, so this is a huge incentive to help lower level players.
Yeah.
There was a good question, and I actually did not write it down, and I'm really sorry to whoever asked this because I'm just now remembering, oh gosh, that was a really good question. If you want to help lower level players, why don't you just let them get the waypoints? Just Hey, why don't you just open up waypoints for them and save them time?
Well, so that's a good question, because, it's a thing that you can, it seems like such an obvious give. But I think the thing is, and we talked about this, that getting waypoints for other players means bypassing all of the cool stuff that we've built in Tyria. All of the hearts, all of the neat events, all of the hidden secret cool places to see. If you can skip just to the waypoint, you miss a lot of that really interesting stuff. And I think it's important for players who are just seeing Tyria to get a sense of how big and detailed it is. And so we'd rather make getting there more exciting rather than make it just faster and easier.
Yeah. This is a question that I want to point out because we totally forgot to talk about that.
Oh, the currency that the merchants use is we're looking right now at having them use karma.
Yay!
So that your purchases will rely on you actually completing interesting stuff in the map in order to do that, and should provide a really awesome opportunity to spend some of that karma you've been saving on to.
Stop turning it into linen.
Yeah.
Or is that just me? It's definitely not just me.
I can't comment on economic decisions made by staff members.
I've been turning it into linen a lot. All right, last one, advanced logistics. Holy cow, you guys had so much to say about this one.
This one's really exciting.
All right, more swiftness. So much swiftness.
Your swiftness boost is now maxed out 33% throughout the capital cities of Central Tyria. But I think the thing that will really catch players' eye is that you will now automatically get loot from foes you defeat.
Okay, let's pause. I want to clarify something first because I think a lot of people were confused. There was a paragraph in a news article earlier this week that talked about auto loot. This is instant loot is what this gives. This is not auto loot. These are two different things. We are not taking away the auto loot that's in the game now.
Right.
Okay, you still have auto loot. Can you kind of explain the difference?
Yeah, so the system that we have now lets you, you can toggle it on and off in the options menu, and it lets you, when you hit the interact button to pick up loot from nearby things, you'll catch it in a small radius. So, if you've taken out a squad of surly Grawl, you can grab all their stuff at once, which is handy.
It's great. It's nice. I use it.
But the new system that we're getting, you won't even have to hit the button. You take out a sniper, you knock down a bunch of Mordrin wolves, you clear out a map. The stuff that you've earned goes right into your inventory.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything except, rake in the gold.
Yeah, so there's no more wondering if you missed that precursor. There's no more missing out on something if you died and you're sitting there having to waypoint. It just goes into your inventory.
Yeah. So this should be a really fantastic improvement for expert players and something that will help. They'll really feel it both in their pocketbook and in the quality of their life. Now, some players had asked about, and it should even work when you're dead. That's what we're planning for.
If you tag the enemy,
and
you get the loot.
You're eligible, it's yours.
Yeah.
Now, some players had asked, why something like this isn't just given flat off the bat, and I think it makes a really interesting contrast with the Pact Mentor, because in this case, the benefits are mechanical and financial, right? And in this case, we are concerned that it would make botting really lucrative and really easy. And so something like this is something that we feel like players should kind of demonstrate that they're, that they're really in it. And so that's why we've made it we've put it in the mastery line.
Simply put, we want to reward you, not bots. You get this because you played a wide range of the game. That's the easy answer.
Yeah, you can think of it like your character's a lot better at seeing stuff that might be useful and making sure to pick it up on their way. Now, this only counts for creature kills. This doesn't automatically grab it's not It's not that complex. But it does mean that all those exciting drops that you could have gotten but never saw will now be automatically yours. Awesome. Forever across all your characters.
Yay.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I really hope players are excited. This is something that's in development that we've been working on. I know people in the office are really excited about it, and I'm really excited to see players get to it and hear their responses and what they're thinking.
Yeah, so it's still in the works. This is everything we have so far. I know you guys there were a lot of questions that we can't answer quite yet, just because things aren't finished.
Yeah, making sure that it works, that it has the impact that we're hoping for. But we're excited. We think these are some really good directions to be taking.
Yeah. All right. So one more question. What are some things that you can do to earn this?
Right. So, the mastery system revolves around getting mastery points from completing really cool things and training your mastery lines with experience. And I'm excited to say that for the Central Tyria mastery points, we're looking at a lot of the things that, has existed and the players have been doing. And we're looking at where those mastery points were come from. And a good number of them we're hoping to be able to grandfather players into, so that when you log into Heart of Thorns and you see these masteries, you are ready to start working on them. So, for instance, each of the story instances from Living World Season 2 will grant a mastery point, and those will be available retroactively. So veteran players will get a leg up when this starts, so that you can go help mentor your friends around, race them through the cities, help them craft up really good gear, etc.
So when you log into Heart of Thorns, this is just going to dump this stuff on you?
You'll get a special message that shows you, what you've accomplished, and that we're excited to be able to push you ahead a little bit and give you a step towards completing all of the masteries. There'll be some compelling choices. There'll be a couple of things that are new for players who've done just about everything. We're pushing some new stuff as well. But yeah, I think that'll help make players recognize that we really value what they've done for Tyria.
Very cool. Thank you so much for coming in and showing this off.
Thank you so much for having me, Ruby. It's been really awesome.
And thank you guys for asking questions and letting us know what you wanted to know about this and helping us understand what to clear up. I know there are things that you're wondering about and things that you're wanting to know that we are, well, I say we, I'm not working on this. Things that you guys just aren't finished with yet, or that you're still working on, or things that you don't know yet. So, and we will get there on that.
Feedback is always welcome. The forums are, we watch them, we look at them, we talk about them, we talk about the posts and stuff like that. So, I'd encourage you guys to go there and let us know what you're thinking and what you're really excited about and what you still have questions on.
As a matter of fact, after this show is over, I can't do it right now because I'm busy doing this. I'm going to hit the Heart of Thorns forums, and I will drop a post there so we can talk about this some more.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're at.
While you were playing the beta weekend event this weekend, don't forget to tune in Saturday to this Twitch channel at 10 o'clock a.m., 1 a.m. Pacific time to our World Tournament Series Championship event. Live from Gamescom, hence the 1 a.m. Pacific time. The 4 top PvP teams from around the world are going to be competing for $50,000 in prizes. I'm having to read this so I don't get the time zone wrong.
It's important.
We are also going to announce another detail of one of our Heart of Thorns features during the tournament live on stream, so make sure you watch. Speaking of the World Tournament Series, we have a short video for you that I think you're going to like. And then Colin and I are going to talk a little bit about this BWE. So I will see you in a minute. Thank you very much, Josh.
Thank you, Ruby.